do the intro?
What's up guys? Welcome back to another vlog!
What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Oh no, dog's gonna go barking again because he can hear me talk. So, today we're going to be blacking out these headlights, or at least attempting to. So, step number one is to take the bumper off. If you don't know how to do that, there is a bolt over here, it's 10mm. Another 10mm on this side. There's a bunch of 10mm underneath this area where the shroud is. And then there's some clips that you can just use like two flathead screwdrivers to take off. And basically you remove all of those and then pull the bumper off. So I'm going to do that now. I've done it many times in the vlog, so I'm not going to go show you guys how to do it. So I'll do that first. Right, so we've got the passenger side headlight out first. Now I'll show you guys how to get out this one. So basically there's a bolt here, and a little pin clip thingy that we just pop out. There's another one under here, about here-ish. So you just pop this out and then get into it. Then there is another one here to the side of the headlight, and then another one just in front down below. So you pop all of these four out, and then you will see you've got your wiring harness here, I believe, and they have these clips. You can not really see. There you go, you can see. So these clips, you just pry those out. There's three of them. I found that made it easier, but I think you could only probably just do this one. That should pop it out, and then just pull this out, and apparently that one as well, which I don't know if that was even connected to anything. And then that should all just come out. So off to this one. So, 4 screws. This one here, this one here, this one to the side, and then there's one to the front. And they're all 10mm. So you pop all those out, and then you get your wiring harness here. And you can see that there's these little clip thingies here, which is I'm focusing on. You can just use some pliers or a vice grip of sorts and just pop those out. And then you'll have your 2 plugs and you just pop those out. Easy as. Right, so what we need to do is take a bunch of screws out first. Got some gloves, got some paint. I don't know if that's going to be the right paint. Some silicone, a heat gun. I do have an oven that I might be able to use, so we'll see. So we're basically now going to go through and try and remove all like the little screws that we can see. All of like these little ones here. Basically anything that we think is going to stop the lens from coming off, we want to remove. So we'll go through and do all that. So I removed all the screws that I think will hold the headlight in. It's about 6 of them. And this little shroud piece here, whatever this is. So I'll try and heat it up with the heat gun and see how that goes. And after like 10-20 minutes, if that doesn't work too well, then I'll try put it in the oven, but it's going to stick out quite a bit on the oven, so I don't know if I'd need to still use a heat gun on maybe the outer side of it, but we shall see. So I've got my first one open. I basically put it in the oven, open door at about 130 degrees. That's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So it was about 15 minutes to heat it up, and I just used the heat gun on the outside part. Basically this part here, I was just using the heat gun to heat that, because only this part was really getting heated up by the oven. So all of that heated up, heat gun on the bit of this part all came off real easy. So the heat gun works quite a bit better in terms of like loosening it up, but you kind of can't like do the whole thing at once. So you're having an oven do all this, and then you just kind of work on this a little bit. Works quite well. When I got it off, I snapped a little bit of the bezel on the inside part. Probably should have some gloves on, about there. So that's no good, but I don't actually think that's going to really do much. So this just clips on out with 2 little clips that come on out easy as. This is literally like 2 screws, and that just popped on out. So I'll have to mask this up in order to paint it black. Now the next part is just getting this reflector out, which I'm a little concerned about, because I don't want to break that. And I'm good at breaking things. Really good at breaking things. Now if we go back over to here though, so that's, you can kind of see it's quite very yellow and stuff. That just looks like the way it's gonna look. It's gonna be yellow, which kind of sucks because once this is blacked out, it's just gonna look yellow as. So this is basically what I mean by headlight is in, it's not touching anywhere. It's a big key point is to make sure it's not touching anything, which it's not. It actually isn't touching down there. So I've got it at 130 degrees, which is about 220 Fahrenheit I believe. I've got a stopwatch for 15 minutes and I'm just going through and with my little heat gun, just kind of going through the seal part around here and just trying to make sure that I heat up only the seal, because I don't really want to heat much else up, and just get it all softened. So I'm going to keep doing that until I can get it open. So I was just thinking about it, with this reflector here, I took that off, right? But I've been looking at this going, well, you know, that goes in there, so the only part that's really seen is this chrome part, obviously, that goes around in the back. Obviously the reflector goes on it. So thinking of that, I've got some masking tape here. I was thinking I could just mask off the entirety of the reflector and then just spray around it and then remove the reflector, the masking tape, and the reflector would be fine. And that way I don't have to go ahead and damage the reflector like we kind of did on this one. Because basically to get this off, they're kind of welded, I guess, plastic welded. So you kind of have to break it, and it kind of doesn't really, you know, go back on, so you just have to glue it back on. I've got like a little bit of super glue on each point here. So I don't see the point. So this is basically the end result. I need to find someone who can properly restore this because it looks horrible. It is on the outside. The inside, as you guys could see, was immaculate. So now all I got to do is get the other one done and then put it back together. It is quite difficult to squeeze everything in because you've got to apply a lot of pressure and then get the screws in and stuff like that. All while holding pressure down onto the headlight. I'm probably going to go through and just outline a lot of this channel with a bit more silicone because I really don't want to let any moisture in. But also I kind of don't want to make it hard as hell to get it off again because I do want to probably replace this and put an angel eye in if I can't find anyone to replace or restore this, I should say. So we'll get to the other one, chuck it on the car, and I'll show you guys what it looks like.